I'm Lauren Bechard, Senior Account Director at GALE, and I'm here at Sport Beach with Dick Podiak, VP of Marketing and Communications at Old Dominion Freight Line. Welcome, Dick.
Thanks, Lauren.
So Old Dominion Freight Line, B2B, LTL, less than truckload shipping, can be seen as a non-traditional company to be in the sports arena, yet you're making a big splash every year in college sports. Can you tell us a little bit about your ESPN partnership and how it's impacted your business?
Sure. ESPN's been great partners for us, and having a program on ESPN College Game Day has really helped drive brand awareness for us. When we look at the results of that, as far as being able to take customers backstage at College Game Day, to just the exposure that we get from an awareness standpoint is fantastic. It's not uncommon that our reps will tell us as they're going into customers, the customers will say, "Oh my gosh, I saw you on game day yesterday. Tell me about that. Tell me what that's all about." And for us, it opens doors, drives awareness. It's been a really good partnership.
Great. So you partner with ESPN and you also partner with 44 schools individually on a local level. Tell us how the two sponsorships complement each other and the strategy behind going that route.
So for us, really, when we look at our business, we're the number 2 in size, less than truckload carrier in the U.S. And so driving top of mind awareness is key because FedEx is our main competitor, which is ubiquitous because they've got a parcel business as well as their freight business. So we need to make sure that we're top of mind aware. But then for us, we take that all the way down to, with the schools, 44 schools that we have, we chose those based on they're in key geographies in markets that matter, and they have passionate fan bases. So we chose them based on that. And so what we're able to do is we're able to take customers to these games. And the beauty of that is that, for our sales folks, as they're making 8 to 10 sales calls a day, maybe they get 10 minutes with a customer. And they're talking about a problem or something that has to be solved. But if you take them to a football game and 2 hours ahead of the game, you're tailgating, you're there standing next to them for 3 hours during the game, you just run out of business things to talk about.
Yeah.
And so when essentially you then move on, and so you start talking about where you like to go to restaurants, where you like to go on vacation, you learn about their family, their dog, all that stuff, and you've now built a relationship. So for us, as our competitors come into that customer, the customer may say, "You know what? I hear you, but I'm not willing to put my business at risk because Lauren looks after my business. She treats it like it's her own, and I'm not willing to risk that." So the way that we leverage sports is all the way from top of the funnel awareness all the way through a really, really close relationship with our customers.
The perfect segue to our next question, Dick. So Old Dominion Freight Line, I know one of your core values are customer service and building, strong, loyal customer relationships. Tell us how your sports sponsorship helps accomplish this.
So one, I think, by partnering with schools that are top caliber schools, everywhere from Georgia, Texas, Notre Dame, right? Folks that are teams that are really, really awesome. Partnering yourself with other top people in their field really helps, I think, drive that brand impression of performance and all that kind of stuff. So, for us, it's really, really good because one, we can leverage it for the brand association, but also have those one-on-one interactions with our customers, as well as continuing to drive brand awareness for things such as, if you watch college basketball, you look at that scorer table signage, and that one, it's an OD brand impression.
Yeah.
I mean, we honestly couldn't afford all those impressions if we were buying it from a media standpoint because of that. And so it just continues to drive awareness for our company and really, really good results. We measure everything. So for us, when we look at it, we measure hospitality, and we know that we have a 20-to-1 ROI on contribution. So profit, not just revenue. And so it's really, really awesome and paying big dividends for OD.
That's great. 20-to-1 ROI. That's very impressive. That's perfect segue into our next question, Dick. So if you could give one piece of advice to any B2B company looking to get into the sports space to connect with their niche audience, what would that advice be?
I think first and foremost, understand your customer, right? I may be a big basketball fan or whatever, but it doesn't matter what I think. It matters really what your customer thinks.
right.
So understand really what their passion point is, and know that working in sports is hard, right? It's a lot, from contracting to negotiation to everything else, and there's a lot of moving parts. But so understand what your customer's passionate about, and then choose something that they're going to associate with OD, because you've got a shared passion, right? And that may be pickleball, right? For us, it just happened to be college sports, and based on where geographically these are. We have 261 service centers across the U.S., and so having 44 schools, we've got most markets. But if you look at professional sports, for example, we've got a lot of business in Louisiana and Tennessee and North Carolina, South Carolina. None of those states have a Major League Baseball team, for example. But people are passionate fans of LSU, passionate fans of Alabama or Auburn. And so we're able to tap into that passion kind of on a local level, as opposed to just a national sponsorship with Major League Baseball, for example. And so it's been really awesome. But so I think it's understand your customer, understand their passion point, and then commit. Because if you don't commit and you're in 1 year here, in 1 year somewhere else or whatever, you're not building that equity over time. Mm-hmm. So you've got to be willing to commit for a good amount of time, because you want to drive that connection.
That's right. Well, okay, I know I said one last question. Another question. Can you tell us a little bit about what Old Dominion is doing in the upcoming college sports year? Tell us about the new sponsorship, anything new that's happening.
So this year, I'm actually excited to say we've just re-upped our sponsorship of both ESPN College Game Day for 3 years, as well as universities. And so I guess one really cool thing, as you know, is we just shot a new college sports spot that kind of takes our current one that leveraged 17 mascots. We have 18 mascots now coming up that we'll debut that at College Game Day Week 1.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Dick. And viewers out there, check out the Old Dominion's new college sports spot coming this fall to ESPN.